You're born in a village that doesn't exist on maps, deep in the mountains of Japan. Tourists hike near it every year. They take photos of forests, waterfalls, shrines. They have no idea they're walking past a bloodline that's been training killers for 800 years. You are the only son of the clan leader, the next shadow. From the moment you open your eyes, you don't belong to yourself. You belong to tradition. Your childhood isn't loud, it's quiet discipline. At 5, you learn silence before language. Your mother teaches you how to walk without sound across wooden floors. Your grandfather teaches you how to sit still for hours. No fidgeting, no blinking. Control your body, he says, or someone else will. Other kids play with toys, you practice disappearing. At 7, your father gives you your first real lesson, not in fighting, in observation. He takes you to a crowded train station in Kyoto. Thousands of people moving, noise everywhere. He leans down and whispers, "Count the exits, spot the armed man, find the angry one. Find the liar." You're 7, but you scan. You notice a security guard shifting weight nervously, a man arguing into his phone, a woman watching people too carefully. When you tell him, he nods once. Approval in your clan is never loud, but it feels heavier than praise. At 10, you learn pain, not cruelty. Pain, cold waterfall training at dawn. Barefoot running on stone, holding horse stance until your legs shake uncontrollably. You're told one thing, comfort is a slow death. You start believing it. By 13, you learn combat. Not flashy, not cinematic, efficient. Joint locks, pressure points, blade control. You're handed a wooden tanto first, then steel. Your father watches you spar with older students. You lose a lot. He never steps in because weakness must surface early, so it can be burned out. But here's the thing about being raised in shadows. You start wondering about light. At 14, you secretly buy a smartphone from a vending machine in the city. You hide it under your tatami mat. At night, you scroll, cities, music, teenagers laughing without fear. People choosing careers, choosing love, choosing normal lives. You realize something terrifying. You never chose this. It was chosen for you. At 15, you're sent on your first real assignment. Not to kill, to observe. A corporate executive suspected of corruption. The clan has evolved. You don't assassinate feudal lords anymore. You handle corporate espionage, political leverage, silent influence. You tail the target for 3 days, you hack into his laptop, you gather evidence, you never get seen. When you return, your father asks one question. Did you hesitate? You say no. You don't tell him about the moment you watched the man hug his daughter goodbye before work. You don't tell him it made you pause. Hesitation is weakness, and weakness is unacceptable. At 16, you meet her. Of course you do, she's not part of the clan. She's a transfer student at the small public school you're allowed to attend twice a week for integration. She laughs too loud, asks too many questions. She once asks you, "Why do you move like you're always ready to run?" You almost smile because she noticed. You start meeting her secretly, convenience stores, riverbanks. Late-night calls on the phone you're not supposed to have. For the first time, you feel something stronger than discipline. You feel choice. The clan finds out, they always do. Your father doesn't yell, he doesn't forbid it. He simply brings you to the ancestral hall, walls lined with names of your bloodline, centuries of warriors. He says, "You are not an individual. You are a continuation." He explains what you already know. Enemies watch your clan. If they find someone you care about, she becomes leverage or worse. You understand immediately. Love is not forbidden. It's dangerous. You end things the next day. She cries, you don't. But that night, for the first time in your life, you break something in your room, quietly, so no one hears. At 18, your grandfather dies. Natural causes, the first peaceful death in 3 generations. During the funeral, your father announces it. You are the successor. Youngest clan leader in modern history. Some elders approve, others doubt. You're too young, too exposed to the outside world, too curious. Curiosity is dangerous in tradition-bound systems. You prove yourself quickly. You modernize operations, encrypted networks, digital surveillance, international contracts. You build alliances with intelligence agencies who pretend not to know who you are. You transform ancient shinobi philosophy into modern strategy. Your clan thrives. Profits increase. Influence spreads. You are respected, feared, efficient, but something inside you feels hollow. Then the betrayal happens, not from outside, from within. A senior elder believes you've diluted tradition, believes modernization weakens purity. He leaks information about one of your operations. A mission goes wrong. 2 of your best operatives die. Their blood is technically on your hands. For the first time, doubt enters the room. You confront the elder privately. He kneels, not in respect. In defiance, he says, "You lead with innovation." But you lack conviction. You realize something painful. He's partly right. You've been balancing two worlds, shadow and light, tradition and freedom, love and duty. And in balance, you weakened your edge. You make the hardest decision of your life. You remove him. Not violently, strategically. Exile, public dishonor. But you see it in the other's eyes. They're watching you differently now. You're no longer the boy leader. You're the shadow. Years pass. You become legendary in certain circles. Governments whisper your clan's name again. Corporations hire you indirectly. Criminal organizations avoid crossing you. You've mastered discipline, mastered strategy, mastered fear, but you never mastered yourself. One night you stand alone on the mountain overlooking the village. You think about the girl, about the phone under the tatami mat, about the life you glimpsed but never touched. You realize something. You were trained to disappear, to erase your presence, to be invisible. And you did it so well, you erased your own humanity too. One day, a new child is born into the clan. Your son, you hold him, he's small, fragile, not a weapon, not a successor, just a child. Your father once told you, you are not an individual. You look at your son and ask yourself, will he be? And for the first time in generations, you consider breaking the cycle. Because maybe the strongest ninja is the one who chooses not to hide. And that's the real secret of your clan. Not invisibility, not combat, not fear, but control. And now, you finally decide to take control of your own destiny, even if it means stepping out of the shadows.